Hello, good morning. My name is Kevin, and this is an introduction to business ethics presentation. Once more, my name is Kevin Kimberling. Just a little bit of a background in regard to the presentation. The importance and the reason why that we have to talk about business ethics is because it does indeed can contribute to the bottom line of corporations. Poor ethical decisions, as we all know, has promoted the downfall of quite a few corporations. Has cut into their profits and has led to the collapse multiple times of corporations such as Enron. Over the course of the past 40 years, there's been two overlying ethical approaches that has came to the forefront. The first is the utilitarian approach, which states that certain acts affect certain consequences, and what is right is what is for the best, for the greatest number of people. The other philosophical approach is the de-ontological approach, which states that there are certain duties which are correct despite what the consequences are. So those are the two broad overlying principles that has guided ethics up to the present time. My presentation is going to entail interviewing two clients in regard to a scenario which they've already been instructed on, and that is there is a corporation of 100 employees. Whenever the economic times was going good for this company, they implemented a program where that they contracted to hire through BE-PHI Industries 5 disabled staff to come on board and to help out with office duties. As there has now been an economic downturn, the board of directors is now placing pressure upon the manager of the corporation to cut costs. One of the first programs that they are talking about doing away with is the elimination of the program that has brought these 5 disabled people on. So the question that is going to be posed to the two interviewees is how would you, as a manager, deal with the termination of this program, given the fact that you have pressure from the board of directors and then an outcry from the other employees in the company. So our first interviewee is going to be Austin. Austin, would you come on in? And I have to apologize also. I have a really bad cold that I'm trying to get over. So Austin, you have been given the outline of the problem here, and as a manager, based on the facts that you have in front of you right now, what would be your course of action?
Well, I would probably keep the 5 disabled people because the employees want them there, and it's just the right thing to do. After you employ someone, you should just keep them there.
So what I heard you say was that there are duties that come before the consequences, and in your mind, it is cut and dried. That is the right path to take, despite what the consequences are.
Yeah.
All right, good. Okay. Yeah, if you can bring in our next interviewee, Linda, I will pose the question to her. Okay. Keeping in mind that these are very tough choices, but it is choices that corporations often have to make. Our next interviewee is Linda, and she has been given the same scenario, and so as a manager being faced with a choice to do away with this program, what would be your choice?
Well, since the organization is responsible for providing products and services to all of their constituents, and assuming that the employees aren't being specifically targeted to be released because they're disabled, but this was a special program where they were providing a special product that was specific in that economic time, then I think that it would be appropriate to go ahead and eliminate the program, because the greater good would be served, because the organization would be more financially viable once they were able to retain and reduce their costs.
And would you also agree on the fact that that had the program not existed in the first place, they probably would not have been employed, and they can now take their skills and their knowledge that they have gained by working for you and perhaps transition into another job.
That is true.
Is that accurate?
And so they would benefit in that time, yes.
Okay, good. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your response.
You're welcome.
So, as we can see, we have two opposing views. Austin's view falls more in line with the deontological approach, while Linda's view goes more in line with the utilitarian approach. What's more, these are is pretty much indicative of problems and real life scenarios that it takes place in the business world at this point in time, as companies look at weighing ethical dilemmas with having to at the same time cut back costs. So I appreciate Gus, who let me have his camcorder, and this concludes this presentation for the introduction to business ethics. And once more, my name is Kevin Kimberly. Thank you.